Let's depart Pripyat for a while and head on over to the Chernobyl nuclear power plant. For today is the 29th anniversary of the accident at the Chernobyl nuclear power plant. In the hours after the accident, people ran down this very road and onto the Bridge of Death, which crosses the railway lines. There were giant rainbow-colored flames of burning graphite to be seen from this bridge. And that's the last thing those people saw, because the wind was blowing from that direction, and they received fatal doses of radiation. All of them. But nowadays, thanks to decontamination and time, the Geiger counter is merely faintly clicking. Just ahead is the town sign of Pripyat, just there on the left. The road on the right goes to an even more radioactive part of the Red Forest, but even this part is quite radioactive, as you can hear. And up there on the left is the new safe confinement, and just behind it, the Chernobyl nuclear power plant. And as you can hear, the levels of radiation have greatly increased around here. There is the Chernobyl nuclear power plant, or more like the old crumbling sarcophagus. And the new chimney, the replacement chimney, the old one is gone. They disassembled it and replaced it with a new, smaller one in order to provide ventilation.
Chernobylskaya atomnaya elektrostancja.
In Ukrainian, very similar, but without an end. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Chernobylska atomna elektrostancja.
Хорошо.
Chernobylskaya
Да.
atomnaya
Elektrostancja. Yeah.
Yeah.
German.
Right, enough time fooling around learning Ukrainian. This is the construction site of the new safe confinement.
So that wall you can see over there, 27 meters high, is specially constructed for the protection of the personnel of Navarka for radiation, because they were too close to the sarcophagus. It's, we may say, the Navarka's know-how, because it is not written in the project, in the design, and they decided to do it by themselves.
Yeah.
Naturally, they agreed with Cernobyl NPP this wall, or the construction of this wall, because Navarka signed the contract with CNPP. Of the buildings, they prepare the place for the technological or processing building. It will be necessary for the future operation of this new safe confinement of the arch, so to say.
Right on, let's go inside. This is where we're standing, with that wall, and behind that wall, the blown reactor of Chernobyl. And this is where we're currently walking, the Golden Corridor, and onto reactors 1 and 2. You can see that the Chernobyl reactors are pretty much double units, Unit 1 and 2, and Unit 3 and 4 as a block. And just below, the turbine hall and control room.
So, this is so-called Golden Corridor,
Yes.
because of these
Wall pillars.
yellow walls. It was covered after the accident. So, for you to understand, the left side is the side for the control rooms. So, for Unit 1 first, then central control room, then Unit 2, and then over there Unit 3 and 4. To the right, this is level 9.2, and the reactors are on the level of 20 meters to the right. Behind the control room means behind this wall, then again wall,
Again behind, yeah.
there is a turbine hall.
Ah, yes, okay.
The turbine hall is for CNPP is without any separation walls. It is the whole, for each unit, 2 turbines when CNPP was in operation.
Yes,
That's
of
it.
course.
The power of one unit is 1000 megawatt. So this is the central control room. Here is the shift supervisor of CNPP. I came to CNPP after the accident. It was 25 years ago. So our place of visit is control room of unit number 2.
Okay.
Just we will call there.
Thank you.
All the control rooms of the units are the same. So this is the way it looked in unit number 4 too.
So 1, 2, 3 boards. This is the board and for the senior engineer or senior operator, how to say it, for turbines. This man was responsible for the operation of turbine, reliable operation of turbines. TG4, TG3. Turbine number 3, number 4.
I see. Okay.
It's unit number 2. Unit number 1 is turbine number 1, number 2. Then, here is the working place for the engineer, which he was responsible for the, for the supplying of the reactor by water, oil, and other things. And this board is for him. That one.
Oh, that's the fuel channel, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
is for the reactor, so-called senior engineer for the reactor, because he was responsible for the refueling, and he was concerned with the central hall. You can see there on the photo turbine hall, one of the turbines. Oh, nowadays in the turbine hall there is the process of dismantling of equipment. You know.
So that's what they are doing, huh?
Yes, because or decommissioning, because we, Chernobyl nuclear power plant, now at the stage of decommission. You can see these numbers. This is the number of the channels. In each channel, you know, there is the fuel. And the total number of fuel assembles are 1,693. The total number of all of the channels is 2,088. You see? And also the total number of the fuel is 200 tons. When we wish to change some channel, the operator has the information here also on these sensors, and he gives the command to the central hall, and he is coordinated with the shift supervisor, because the fourth man here is the shift supervisor of this unit. They prepare the fuel, means the fuel should be in the central hall, refueling machine. You can see refueling machine. With the help of this machine, they load the fuel assembly inside. Then they move this machine on the channel. Before this, they open the plug. The upper core and the refueling machine, there is a big place, spare place, so to say. And there is a big radiation.
Yes.
That's why nobody is. The operators are in the operator's room. It's possible to do it during the operation of the reactor.
Yes,
This is the advantage of this type of the reactor.
Yeah, you can just take out the spent fuel and then put it in.
We need not to stop the reactor, the operation of the reactor. Spent fuel, first of all, they put it in the pool, 2 pools here on both sides, like this.
Yes.
Here.
Okay.
And they put it inside the water. The fuel is there, can be approximately up to 2 or 3 years. It's better to see it when the reactor was in operation. Just now it is impossible. I can't show you, but in sometimes I saw the operators. He knew everything. He knew everything, like this.
Yes.
Yep, believe it or not. They continued to run the other reactors, with everything around being contaminated from Unit 4 exploding all over the place, until the year 2000. That is 14 years after the Chernobyl accident, after Unit 4 blew up. Until that very day, the reactor right next to it, Unit number 3, was in full operation. Remember those? Yep, we found one of these displays in Chernobyl 2, the Duga array.
What was this panel? Yes, exactly.
It's the same.
That's why I was wondering what they use it for. And here are Nixie tubes. Did you see them? Very nice.
Just in case you were wondering, this control room is pretty clean. only about 3 times normal background radiation. But what was that thing on the table?
Well, it's like a surface contamination check monitor.
And the second -1.
Yep, pretty sensitive if it measures in counts per second.
Quite cool.
Still in perfect working condition, same as their dial plate telephones. Let's leave Reactor 2's control room behind and move on down the golden corridor. This might just be the collection point for the Pripyat laundry. Cool.
Oh, it's a little more radiation here.
Yeah.
So we are going now closer to unit 3 and 4.
Yes, I can see that on the dosimeter.
Yes, that's why the dosimeter works more intense. That building is for unit 3.
Oh, the train, yeah.
Fuel storage over there. Fuel storage is on the territory of CNPP. Yeah, it was commissioned fuel storage in 1986.
Is there still fuel inside
Yes,
now?
yes,
Oh,
yes.
Okay, so that's why there are people working.
Yes,
This is
more than
driving.
21,000 fuel assemblies are inside now.
Wow, okay.
Because all the reactors are empty now.
Yes, okay, so they just put it all in there and
Yes.
then... Yeah.
Автоматичний подхват іде і зразу включається ця штука. Це азотно-кислородна, тому що теж ж треба на турбіні там подавати її для іншого влаку. Control room, unit number 3.
After this point, there are no more golden walls, but just these old, crumbly walls. As you're so used to seeing from Pripyat and everything. Not quite as bad, not scavenged, but still you can see we're walking to somewhere different. Walking the corridors where people received fatal doses of radiation precisely 29 years ago, and we're even wearing the same clothes as they did. Using the same equipment even, like for radiation monitoring, or the telephones.
So behind this door, approximately 70 meters, this the control room of unit number 4. Yes, for me it's easy.
You do it every day.
Yes, because I do it every day in a day, so also.
A rock solid door, and behind it, the remains of unit number 4.
А ніби ключі і там світ.
It's quiet a bit here.
Так що вже і там світу нет. So unit 4 apartments are, the premises are behind this wall.
Just in case you're wondering, we're now walking towards the pumping station between units number 3 and 4.
So this is the memorial so-called place to Valery Khodemchuk. Valery Khodemchuk was the senior operator of the circulator. And during the accident, at the same time, before this time, so he was given the task to go to check his equipment at the circulating pumps, and at the same time the CNPP personnel started testing the equipment, that experiment so-called.
Yes.
Unfortunately, the accident happened, and Valery left there because all the equipment, the pipes, and so on and so forth collapsed down. Unfortunately, he wasn't found. And after the accident, here there was an entrance there, and from Unit 3 to Unit 4. After the accident was closed, and we decided to
For the memorial. Yeah.
for the memorial place here.
Yeah, you can hear that it's closed.
These are the palms of unit number 3, but just beyond that wall, Valery Khademchuk lays buried.
4 pumps. Here and on that side also 4 pumps. At the same time 6 pumps were in operation. You see, they are very big.
Yes.
It's only the upper part we can see, because all other equipment
It's down.
is down on this pump.
Well.
Well, there's one little merciful thing about Valery Khademchuk's terrible death here. In case he wasn't crushed to death instantaneously, but was suffering with pain stuck under some debris, then he was killed after just a few hours because of the radiation. What a fucking terrible way to die. But at least it was semi-quick in any case. The radiation levels are nowhere near dangerous anymore, but they're still quite high, so it's time to leave again. So this video is not about the beautiful wild zone that Chernobyl is nowadays, but about the dead zone it became back then, when a lot of people died. This shall be a memorial of those.